Previously on British Boot Camp 2, the 6 finalists landed in America.
Representing Cardiff, Wales, I'm Mark Andrews.
Representing Ayr Scotland, my name is Noam Dar.
Representing Leeds, I'm Rampage Brown.
Representing Glasgow, Scotland, I am Kaylee Ray.
Representing the Black Country, I am Dave Mastiff.
It's yourself! Representing Scotland, I'm Grado.
At lunch with TNA President Dixie Carter, the competitors learned that to win the TNA contract, the top 3 would have to first get past a TNA superstar.
I've already matched you with who you're going to be against if you make it. You get my nephew Ethan.
You know, he's easily led. He's like a child. And it's easy for me to give him the wrong advice.
I can beat Ethan Carter. You shouldn't pick a fight. Somebody who's ugly, they ain't got anything to lose. So you need to tell Carter that.
After a long road trip, the competitors are ready to take out some aggression.
You're in such a tight space. You can't get away from the person that's annoying you.
Rampage and Dave, you know, they're a little older, a little more experienced, and I think the novelty of this has worn off faster for them than it has for the likes of me, Kaylee Ray, Noam Dar. Their temper is showing, so who knows what the next few days are going to be like.
Tonight, the 6 finalists will show their stuff in a training session with some of TNA's biggest stars. Who will have what it takes to land on TNA's roster?
Well, if you want me that smart, get in this ring, big boy. Come on, big boy. Did you think you're a big American? Come on.
After the long journey from Nashville, the 6 finalists finally arrived at their destination. Their first task was to build the TNA ring they'd be training in later that day.
I came into this competition with a very open mind. I wasn't sure what we would be doing, where we would be, or what the situation would be. So everything's came as a surprise to myself.
From a very young age, I was taught to pay your dues, and that included all aspects of wrestling, or even building the ring. Whether you're a girl or whether you're a guy, you help lift the boards, you help lift the posts. It's just part of the parcel.
I think some of the guys in this competition are a little bit ungrateful of the opportunity they've been given here, because I feel like some of the guys are, you know, lazy with putting up the ring. They're not putting all their efforts into the tasks that we're given, and they're just not enjoying the experience as well.
A lot of these guys are very inexperienced, and a lot of these, it's kind of funny that they're even really in this competition, to be honest with you.
I don't want to talk bad about my friends. This is not what it's about. Sometimes the defences are slipping, and I'm seeing little cracks in personalities. I'm seeing that look in Dave Mastiff's eye. I'm seeing that tension on Rampage Brown's brow.
But as tensions rose, Grado soon found himself a target of Dave Mastiff and Rampage Brown.
We've been travelling across country in an RV. You know, boys will be boys. Especially if you're a British wrestler. And Grado's been getting, he's been the kind of the butt of the joke. There's certainly a lot of footage that I'm hoping that you won't use, because I'm sure it'll be illegal in certain states.
I know that Grado's been not on the best terms with Dave Mastiff because, well, I mean, Dave has a very short temper, and I think you need a long temper if you want to deal with Grado.
Am I involved in Grado getting a hard time? Absolutely I am.
Yeah, we pulled a couple of pranks on him, and in saying that, like, I pulled a couple of pranks on him back home as well. That's his only role in pro wrestling to me, to be honest with you. He was in the changing room strutting about, so I saw the opportunity as he turned his back to me to take him down, and Dave got the cable tie straight out of his bag, did his legs together.
And obviously along the road there's going to be a bit of tomfoolery, you know, a bit of carry-on, and I was the subject to that a few times. For example, Rampage Brown and Dave Mastiff, they tied me up and threw me in the shower. I was rolling about like a baby seal strapped up, worst ever, because obviously people who had used the shower before me had peed all over the place, so I could smell piss all down my t-shirt and my face and then my trainers. You know what I'm saying? It was the worst, smelling like pee, and I just got my new Impact Wrestling t-shirt as well, and it was ruined.
That's the only entertainment you can really get out of that buffoon, because other than that, you know, what else is he? He's just a slug in a singlet.
And as far as giving him a hard time, I don't see it as too much of a hard time. I see it as what we say in England and Britain as friendly banter.
A new TNA t-shirt. I just got this. Ruined, smelling like pee, man. Worst. Oh.
Does Grado have a target on his back? That's an understatement. Of course he does. If you want to walk around in your underwear, if you want to walk around in your wrestling gear 24/7 and act like a jester, then you're going to have a target on your back.
I'll get him back.
Just when Grado thought things couldn't get any worse, his troubles were only beginning.
I keep farting because I'm nervous.
Hello, and welcome to the United States of America. My name is Ethan Carter III, and what's your name?
Keely.
Sup.
Nice to meet you.
What's your name?
I'm Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to meet you, pal.
Yeah. And you? I'm Paige Brown. You look very familiar. You do some sort of, it's a little kip up, right? Some sort of kip up? You can do
Twice,
mostly twice. Yeah, I like your... Thank you. It's rough. It's rough. And...
Noam.
Yeah, whatever.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, the big man! Yo, that's PLX shirt on, huh?
Sure.
Heard you can do things.
One or two.
Yeah, like big guy stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Grado?
That's yourself?
I look forward to working with you. And by working with you, I mean slapping you in the face. You Scottish piece of haggis. Boom! Burnt.
After that unusual encounter, it was time for a workout with some of TNA's best.
Well, because you'd see, we're here in the six-sided ring. I know that for some of you guys, it's a little unusual to perform in a six-sided ring like this. It's a little awkward, a little different if you haven't been in it. So, thought that today what we do is to kind of help you out. We get DJZ, we get former World Heavyweight Champion and X Division Champion Austin Aries to kind of help you guys out. And last but certainly not least, Britain's only World Heavyweight Champion, Magnus.
The key things to remember is these ropes are super stiff. So you've got to hit them and you've got to commit, because there's nothing worse than when somebody goes to hit the ropes and they don't hit them right. Secondly, you're working in 2 extra channels. The only real adjustment you have to make is, again, comes down to mental clarity and commitment. You decide which ropes you're going to hit and you hit them. And the guy working with you, they have to adjust, and then vice versa if you're the other person.
The ropes are really, really stiff, and if you're not ready for it, it can really mess up your footwork. And with the speed that everybody works in this company, it's, you know, your footwork is everything.
Mark, let's take you, and let's see what you can do with a double.
All right.
Oh, boy.
The six-sided ring is completely different to a four-sided ring. I mean, in Britain, everyone's used to four sides.
Not bad, Mark.
I was going mental in there, you know. It was weird. When I was hitting the ropes, I didn't know which rope to hit. There was just too many when I was looking around. I definitely felt like it threw me off my game, just having those extra 2 sides in there.
And a little bit of a receipt.
It was a pleasure getting in the ring with Austin Aries. I felt like I learned from just being in there with him. And it gave me a little bit of a taste of what TNA wrestling is. I think nerves got the better of me. I think I dropped the ball a little bit. It means I'm going to have to try extra hard with the match coming up to really show everyone what I've got.
In a four-sided ring, your angles at the top ropes are 90 degrees. here they're more obtuse. So on your up and over, if you notice, your hand placement's different.
Definitely, I felt it.
Against a smaller guy like myself, if you're gonna do things off the top rope, your feet placement's different. Instead of 90 degrees, you're at 120. Those are things you have to adjust in the six-sided ring.
You have to be aggressive. Remember, you're constantly being evaluated. Constantly. So take every chance you get.
I thought Mark was, he was a little tentative, you know, and again, understandably, you know, high-pressure situation. I'm not sure how much experience he has as far as lengthwise in the ring or the caliber of guys he's been in there with. So I just thought that maybe he wasn't assertive enough, you know, and I always say that when you make a decision in the ring, make your decision and then be assertive in that decision. And I thought there's a few times where he was a little timid and maybe a little intimidated, which, you know, being in there with me, I guess I could understand.
Coming up on British Boot Camp, Grado finally snaps.
Well, if you want me that spot, get in this ring, big boy. Come on, big boy. What do you think you're a big American? Come on.
Welcome back to British Boot Camp. Next up for his in-ring workout is Scotland's own Noam Dar.
All right, whenever you're ready, boys.
You know, I've not been super confident from the start since the Open Edition. I've got a lot of reservations. I'm just trying to kind of keep my feet in the ground and learn as much as I can.
We're seeing a wrestling match.
So single heel takedown.
All right.
I was very impressed with Noam. He stood out. I think he's got an incredible uniqueness about him in the way that he moves around. He's got excellent wrestling skills.
I had a little incident with the ropes, and Alcino did warn us. He did say that it's going to be different.
These ropes, again, to the average person, they don't really understand or know that just how hard these ropes are. They're actual steel cable wrapped in aircraft tubing. It's like hitting a brick wall sometimes. And watching Noam, you could see him like his head was whiplashing as he would come off the ropes. That's dangerous. Oh, that'll happen.
You know, British wrestler, I don't really jump and flip and dip too much. I like being on the mat. I like wrestling my guy to the ground and, you know, breaking an arm, snapping a leg. So when it came to flying around with one of the best flyers in TNA at the moment, Zema Ion, that was a little bit hard. You know, I had to up my game.
Nice, good.
You're gonna have to adjust the way you hit those ropes, Noam, because you can tell that, like, these steel cables, they're not like hitting regular rope. You're hitting them flat, and it's snapping your head like that. I'm sure it probably hurts a little bit. So Noam did a fabulous job. Really showed a lot more today in the ring than what he did during the auditions. You know, and like I keep telling him, you're being evaluated constantly, and at any given moment you could step ahead or you could step back in this competition.
I've wrestled in a six-sided ring once before, but like still doesn't take away the fear of doing it here in front of everyone. And it's so much bigger this time, and it's just to keep my cool and get it done. Today I was in with DJZ, and although I'm a woman, I think I done myself proud.
Only girl on the whole squad.
Nice. Follow it up, follow it up.
I always get nerves stepping into a ring, whether it be in front of a crowd or in front of 20 workers. As soon as I go in, it goes away, and I know what has to be done, and I'm going to do the job. I managed to show what I've got and stand up for myself at the same time against an Impact star. But that's what it is, so yeah, I'm really chuffed with myself.
Good job.
Very good. Good job, kid.
Haley Ray was surprising to me. Like, I've seen her work a couple times, not for a long time, granted, but she improved a lot.
Fundamentals is very good. You've improved since I last saw you work.
Hit a big move like that per Toronto, which was really pretty. Go for a pin.
Yeah.
Go for a cover.
Right, okay, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Pretty is fine, but functional is, and pretty is better.
Running the ropes, a little different. It takes a slight bit of adjustment. The stiffness of the ropes didn't affect me because I'm a big guy, heavy guy, so I can hit them. I can get all the momentum I need from them.
In good shape there, Dave.
Say, shall we?
Find out.
They were trying to test Dave's conditioning. You know, he's a big guy, but
that doesn't mean anything. Like, Dave's been he's been earning his way through this wrestling game for a long time.
When Austin was dropping down on me, trying to trip me up, trying to get me to lose my footwork, he was doing that as a test. But if you're going to test me, I'm going to test you right back. I think the point that they were trying to prove, the question they were trying to ask, was about my conditioning. And to be honest, I'm pissed off they keep proving it. You know, I proved it in the audition. I proved it in the match against Rampage Brown. I've proved it there again for somebody else. They can roll over, they can wink, they can nod, they can think they're popping the boys, but they're not. They're doing they're wasting their opportunity, not mine, because I can go all day.
That's gonna happen every now and then. Someone's gonna try and blow you up. And if you got the gas in the tank, you'll be all right.
Good job, Dave.
Dave impressed me. I was in there with him, and I tried to, you know, I tried to run him a little bit, see what kind of stamina he had. He's a big guy. And you know what? He kept up step for step, and I wanted to see if he'd quit. And he didn't. He stayed there. These guys all have a great opportunity in front of them, and they all got to work hard, and whoever works the hardest is going to come out on top.
Working with Magnus was a lot of fun. Me and him go way back as well.
I think Rampage is as technically sound as anybody in the country. He's big, he's rugged, raw bone guy. Like he's got, you know, he's got really good physicality.
It's good to get a sweat on and you know, do some wrestling.
One. Nice. Very good, guys. Oh, you thought it was over. I guess it wasn't.
My confidence is high. I think my only competition's Dave, but I think I've got the advantage over Dave. I've got a few tricks down my sleeve, so we'll just see when it comes to fight night. We'll just see when it comes to it.
Grado, why don't you get in here and dazzle us with your wrestling brilliance?
I thought the six sides of the rings was a bit confusing actually, because I didn't know where to go, I didn't know where the turnbuckle was, I didn't know where the ropes, so I was getting a wee bit confused.
Quite tight.
Yeah.
Oh, the ropes are too tight, huh? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you listened to Magnus here, but he said they're gonna be extra stiff. So, don't let me. Sorry, go ahead.
Give me a chance. Never mind him. He's annoying me, man. Never mind him. Right.
You're in a headlock, Grado. It's putting your head in a lock.
Now, the problem with Ethan Carter is he's seen that I've been accepted to be in British boot camp. He's looked me up on Twitter, he's looked me up on Google, and he's seen I'm a threat. He thinks that I'm going to steal his job. You know, a lot of people might tease me and say that I'm maybe not the best in the ring technically, but every time I get in there, I give it my best shot.
Well, you gave away. You're gonna do something. Well,
I'll say this. Grado actually stood out to me. I know people seem to not take him seriously and they give him a hard time, but I thought he showed the most personality out of all of them, in my opinion.
mind if I give it an honest critique? Go right ahead. Come on, Mags, Ada, Zeta, do you mind?
Yeah, what's your critique?
First off, everybody. Yeah? I'll say, when I saw transpire in this ring, what's your name, Steve? Yeah, whatever. You have it. You have it. You have all the potential in the world. You are out there trying. You are busting your hump. You're standing out. You're trying to grab that brass ring. On the other hand,
Grado, I would rather watch my parents make out than watch you compete in a wrestling ring.
That's pretty gross.
He tried to tease me, he tries to get at me, he tried to make me fail. Well, do you know what? I'm not going to put up with it. And as you've seen, I called him out. If you want to be that smart, get in this ring, big boy. Come on, big boy. Who do you think you're, big American? Come on. No.
You want Grado.
You want? Please come in this ring and let me show you something.
Ethan Carter III. In the ring. What is wrong with you?
Ethan Carter the Dafty.
I think what EC3 was done was completely unprofessional, and I have a lot of respect for that guy for what he's doing in this company, but that's not my cup of tea. The man's trying to get a job done, and he's in his ear, and I definitely threw Grado off his game. I've never seen that side of him.
Grado, just so happens to be your lucky day. Right now, because I have a hot yoga appointment I'm late for. So we'll have to take care of this later.
You're good. You don't have a situation.
Come on. I'm sorry for disrespecting this ring. It's 6 seconds.
Get out. Get your shirt on, please. No, really.
It looked bad on Grado. Even Carter III knew what he was doing. He was winding Grado up, pushing his buttons, getting under his skins, and he made him look bad in one of the most important parts of the competition.
Next week on British Boot Camp, in their first official TNA match, 3 competitors will be sent home, and 3 will get one step closer to winning a contract from TNA President Dixie Carter.
I'm going to be watching you. If you do one thing stupid or embarrassing, I'm going to make this the longest night of your life. Do you understand?
I've got it.
Tomorrow at 9 over at challenge.co.uk, you'll be able to stream the British Boot Camp breakdown and update on all of the action. The action continues next, however, with all new TNA Impact.